Good morning, Plum here, playing World of Tanks. Time for a replay. Now, I popped on to TeamSpeak last night, and this chap, Dax, was on. And he said, I've just had a really good game in my Dickie Max. I'll send it to you, so here it is. And the first time we saw Dax was in this tank, the Dax. And I called the video Sherpa-Dax, and he sent me the title. He said it would make a good title for the video, and he is correct, and you've seen the title because it's already on the thumbnail, but it is Sherpa-Dax 2, The Redickering. I told him it sounded like a Stephen King novel. Banter. So we're on Arctic region. We are platooned up with Manga Marshal and Navasun, and we've parked up in the middle of the map. Now, is this a good spot? Of course it's going to be a good spot. Dax has put it here. No, he's changed his mind. He decided it was a bad spot, and maybe that was the right call. Maybe getting down low here is a better decision. We are going to get shots across to the north. Now, they are far off targets. Holy cow, it is a long shot to take. Even with high velocity rounds, it's going to take a second to get there. Boom! Working over the Strudel Rover 74. You know, when I started calling the Tier 6 premium tank, the oh, nice blind shot, mate, the Strudel Rover, I didn't realise that all the tanks in the line were going to be called Strutzwagens. I just thought that would be one nickname for one tank, but it doesn't seem to be that way. Anyway, we are absolutely caning the enemy position here. That's 745 damage done. They fixed the replay system for 9.17. Look, I can see the damage being done. Thank you, Wargaming, for making my life just a little bit easier. Something else occurred last night while we were on TeamSpeak. The guys told me a story. So I have got together with my wife, and we're going to tell you the exact same story at the end of his video, so stay tuned for that. It's most funny. So we're still working over these tanks. I'm not talking half enough about this replay, am I? Hey, but it's Christmas. It's videos about other stuff than tanks. Things going on. This is a good spot to be in, isn't it, down behind this rock? All those targets, those TDs that are camping up on that ridge line at Charlie 78. Just to our right up there. They cannot hit us because there's a lovely big tasty pixelated rock next to us. We've got Manga and Navaskon. I'm not familiar with Navaskon, but obviously I've played a lot with Manga. Always a nice feeling when you've got him on your side. He is very, very good. We are working over this enemy team quite nicely at the moment. They've lost 3. We've only lost 1. Now we are going through our shells a little bit quickly. We're still blind firing this T-29. We've racked up 1300 damage. How many shells have we got left? He keeps firing and makes it hard to count up. 9 plus 6, 15. Got 15 shells left. And there's still quite a lot of enemy tanks to kill on the enemy team. Oh, we are going to get into visibility spotting range here. We decide to change tactics now. Use the cover of these bushes. Now we should get detected. We're not behind solid cover. So I've got a feeling. Did we not get detected? I'm pretty sure Dax has got 6th sense on this machine. Massive hit into the Churchill 1. Here we go. Come on, kill shot. Kill shot. Blind shot. Followed up by nothing. He seemed to move. Oh, the E25. What a machine that is. You all had a chance to buy it over the weekend. I suggest you should have dug deep into your wallets and purchased that machine because it is ridiculous, the E25. It has so much going for it. So few negatives. So many positives. If you didn't buy it, you missed your chance. You might have to wait till next year to have another go at buying that tank. This is a good spot. Camo rating appears to be working a treat on this TD right now. We haven't been detected. Oh, what a lovely shot, drifting that one over to the AMX-12T. Now we've been detected. I knew we had 6th sense. I think I saw it ping off earlier. Crusader's about to die. Manga's got 1. Dax has now got 2. That Cromwell B is the right side of the map for us to see him. Oh, that is a small target. Look at that machine. And we managed to nail it. The I couldn't say Sherpa-Dax. The Dickie Max is working an absolute treat in this position. He doesn't matter. He doesn't need another great shot at the SG-122. I think he's probably giddy with excitement right now playing this match. That's nearly 2,500 damage done. We might have got some invisible spotting damage too. Actual damage that which wasn't detected while we fired. So it might be higher than this. He said it was a good game, and he's not wrong. He's not a liar. Also coming this week on Thursday, I'm doing the live stream with Rich the Man and Al. I watched a bit of their live stream yesterday that they were doing together on World of Tanks, and it's most enjoyable. They are funny lads. So I think if you tune in, even if it's just for 10 minutes, just to say hello on chat and let us know. Let me know that you're watching, because I won't be able to see it. Obviously, I'll see. I will. I'll have the stream running beside my other monitor, so I will be able to read the chat as it's coming in. I hope it works that way anyway. I've got a lot to find out about YouTube streaming, because I will try and host it next, I think, if that's alright with Rich. We'll find out. Anyway, we're pushing the base now. Manga died, unfortunately. I missed that when he died. Navasun has pushed up and is now trying to get shots on this very dangerous E25. The M4 is also there on full hit points. The Dickie is not blessed with a lot of speed, but you've got to take sacrifices here and there. Still a most enjoyable tank to play. I like the Dickie a lot. It's no Nashorn, but it's close. It's not bad, and it obviously works a ridgeline better than the Nashorn does. Didn't really even need to pull off that in this map. Maybe we're going to do a little bit of a hull down here, perhaps. Are we going to get any more kills? Maybe we can help Navasun get a kill, maybe. Spread it around a little bit. We've got 5 on our platoon already. Don't get stuck on those tank traps. There's E25. He is a one-shot for us, and he's coming this way. There is an artillery in the game that hasn't spotted us yet. Now we're spotted. Nice shot, mate. You had to nail that shot, because that E25 turns around. You could be in all kinds of trouble. Can we get this final shot on Bert? He's not looking at us, thankfully. We just need to see a little bit. Oh, it's just, he's, even with the oversized new Bert, he's just not big enough to stick out over the top of that. Who's he going to be looking at? He is going to be loaded. Oh, we managed to take a hit. We can beat his reload. He's going to be reloaded probably in about 2 seconds, but we are going to get the kill shot. Hopefully we do seal it and we get 5 kills. A very, very tidy game from the Lord Dax, who should be rechristened Sherpa-Dax. If you think that's a better name for him, stick it in comments. I think Sherpa-Dax has got a real ring to it, personally. Anyway, let's take a look at his post-game stats. There you can see his suggested title for the video, and I think it's awesome. Dickie-Dax 2, The Re-Dickening. What's the third one going to be called? You've got to have a trilogy now, mate, because all the best stuff comes in trilogies. We all know this. Dickie-Dax 3. There's something, my brain's not engaged. You can put your comments in that down below as well. So let's run through his stats, and I'll read you out with my wife. She's going to put her little side to this story in a moment, so stick around for that. Let's take a look. Ace Tanker, some mini medals, and high caliber. A most enjoyable game in the Dickie, proving that the Dickie isn't just some boorish premium tier 6 tank destroyer. It can be a lot of fun to play. It's got enough speed to be mobile. The gun's really good, actually. You saw him engaging tanks at least over half the distance of the map and still nailing shot after shot after shot. We hope so. It's a tank destroyer. We do manage to pip the T-29 with maybe 100 damage points more. And detailed report, 22 shots fired, direct hits 13, 12 of which did penetrating damage. And that's a nice take home. With his premium account, 45,000 in the bank going towards, oh, I don't know what, maybe Swedish tanks. Who knows? Apparently during that match, it says down here, I think he was getting some advice from Manga Marshall. He's a very good teacher. He should have his own YouTube channel. You really should, Manga, because you know a lot. You're the best player in our clan according to our clan stats. And having experienced the Manga Marshall effect, it's probably true. You do have a very good grasp of the game, the mechanics, what all the other tanks can do on the enemy team, and where to put yourself. So get your own channel. And you, Dax, you're very good also. Anyone in the top 5 of our clan should get their own channel, because you're all really decent players. I'm sure a lot of people would love your input. Right, that's that done. Thanks for sending that in, mate. More replays coming as normal. So I'm going to hand you over now to myself. I pre-recorded this, so it's going to follow on in just a moment, of this wonderful, epic, what kind of story is it? It's hard to describe. You're just going to have to listen to it. It's very short. It'll be over in 2 minutes, but hopefully it will give you a giggle. It really made me laugh when Dax read it out to me, along with the platoon clan commander drive-by. They took turns reading out the different sections, and it was really, really funny. It made me laugh a lot. So if it made me laugh a lot, it deserves going on the channel, and hopefully I won't get a copyright strike from whoever the author is. I don't know who wrote it, but it is really enjoyable. Anyway, have a great Christmas. If you could send in a picture of your Christmas tree and maybe a couple of the ornaments that are your favourites, then that would be awesome, because I've only had one. It's like, doesn't anyone put Christmas trees up anymore? Is it just us? Is it just Stephen in Tombstone? So yeah, if you can get off your butts, pull out your phone, take a shot, email it to me. Really quick and simple. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks very much, guys. And here's story time with Plum and his wife. A creative writing professor told his class one day, "Today we will experiment with a new form called the tandem story. The process is simple. Each person will pair off with the person sitting next to his or her desk. As homework tonight, one of you will write the first paragraph of a short story. You will email your partner that paragraph and send another copy to me. The partner will read the first paragraph and then add another paragraph to the story and send it back, also sending another copy to me. The first person will then add a third paragraph and so on, back and forth. Remember to reread what has been written each time in order to keep the story coherent. There is to be absolutely no talking outside of the emails, and anything you wish to say must be written in the emails. The story is over when both agree a conclusion has been reached." The following was actually turned in by two of his English students, Rebecca and Bill. This is their story. First paragraph goes to Rebecca.
At first, Laurie couldn't decide which kind of tea she wanted. The chamomile, which used to be her favourite for lazy evenings at home, now reminded her too much of Carl, who once said in happier times that he liked chamomile, but she felt she must now at all costs keep her mind off Carl. His possessiveness was suffocating, and if she thought about him too much her asthma started acting up again, so chamomile was out of the question.
Meanwhile, Advanced Sergeant Carl Harris, leader of the attack squadron now in orbit over Skylon 4, had more important things to think about than the neuroses of an airheaded asthmatic bimbo named Laurie, with whom he had spent one sweaty night over a year ago. "AS Harris to Geostation 17, he said into his transgalactic communicator. "Polar orbit established, no sign of resistance so far." But before he could sign off, a bluish particle beam flashed out of nowhere and blasted a hole through his ship's cargo bay. The jolt from the direct hit sent him flying out of his seat and across the cockpit.
He bumped his head and died almost immediately, but not before he felt one last pang of regret for physically brutalizing the one woman who had ever had feelings for him. Soon afterwards Earth stopped its pointless hostilities towards the peaceful farmers of Skylon 4. Congress passes law permanently abolishing war and space travel, Laurie read in her newspaper one morning. The news simultaneously excited her and bored her. She stared out the window, dreaming of her youth, when the days had passed unhurriedly and carefree, with no newspaper to read, no television to distract her from her sense of innocent wonder at all the beautiful things around her. Why must one lose one's innocence to become a woman? She pondered wistfully.
Little did she know, but she had less than 10 seconds to live. Thousands of miles above the city, the Anudrian mothership launched the first of its lithium fusion missiles. The dim-witted wimpy peaceniks who pushed the unilateral aerospace disarmament treaty through the Congress had left Earth defenseless target for the hostile alien empires who were determined to destroy the human race. Within 2 hours after the passage of the treaty, the Anudrian ships were on course for Earth, carrying enough firepower to pulverize the entire planet. With no one to stop them, they swiftly initiated their diabolical plan. The lithium fusion missile entered the atmosphere unimpeded. The President, in his top-secret mobile submarine headquarters on the ocean floor off the coast of Guam, felt the inconceivably massive explosion which vaporized even poor, stupid Laurie.
This is absurd. I refuse to continue this mockery of literature. My writing partner is a violent, chauvinistic, semi-literate adolescent.
Yeah? Well, my writing partner is a self-centered, tedious neurotic whose attempts at writing are the literary equivalent of Valium. Oh, shall I have a chamomile tea, or shall I have some other sort of tea? Oh no, what am I to do? I'm such an airheaded bimbo. I guess I've read too many Danielle Steele novels.
Asshole. You Neanderthal.
In your dreams, ho. Go drink some tea. And the teacher's report on this beautiful little story is A+. I really like this one.